see if that paradigm about health food always having to taste badly really holds up. The reality is that before doctors knew anything about the dangers of fat in our diet, chefs used to pride themselves on how much fat they could put into a meal, whether it be through rich sauces or pastries or other fancy desserts. Now, of course, we realize that that is a real killer, particularly with people prone to heart disease, which has now become our #1 killer in this country. The reality is that a normal person eating about 1,600 calories during the course of a day can safely have no more than 40 grams of fat during the course of that day. Of course, if you have heart disease, you should be aiming for as little as 20 grams of fat during the course of the entire day. This is for all 3 meals. However, if you're at a roadside restaurant and you're served a typical omelet that you might find, what will happen is you'll have as much as 50 grams of fat on your plate with 1 omelet. And 3 hours later, you're going to be just as hungry as ever, and you're going to want more food, and it will have fat in it as well. That can become a very big disaster. Well, here at King Ranch, Chef Chris Klugman has come up with some very unique ways to take that 50-gram fat omelet and reduce it down to as little as 6 grams. Tell us, Chris, is there anything you can do to assure these people that what they're going to be eating is still going to be very tasty and very filling?
Sure, it depends what you put in the omelet. We use mushrooms or fresh herbs, all kinds of vegetables. The key really is to use a non-stick frying pan so you don't have to be using a lot of butter, and to watch your flavorful ingredients, principally to avoid those that have a lot of fat in them. So we use onions, but not a whole lot of cheese.
After you've started off your day with an omelet, for lunchtime many people will turn to a hot dish such as a bowl of chili, for example. However, the chili that you find in most restaurants can have as much as 30 grams of fat just in one bowl. However, here at King Ranch, Chef Klugman has managed to take almost all of that fat out, down to 2 grams of fat, by producing a vegetarian chili that tastes just as good as the original and then some. Some of the other simple tips that you find over here are things like balsamic vinegar. Balsamic vinegar is a very good way of adding a topping without adding the calories to salads or even a bowl of fruit. These are simple tips that you can use in your own home that don't make you suffer, and yet you can have good food that is good for you.